So you hit your first 1,000 in sales on Amazon, but you want to go to 10K and then eventually to 100K. It's not as hard as you think. I'm going to break it all down for you right now in this video and show you how you can scale to 10K and then 100K. You're going to disobey me in 4K? Sit. So in the very beginning, right, you have to figure out what style of Amazon works for you, what categories you like to sell in, and where you're going to be getting those products. In the very beginning, it's probably going to be a lot of stores like Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, etc. Stores like this that you have access to within drivable distances, right? And this is great to start, but to scale is going to take a little bit more effort and a little bit more spending, right? Once you figure out what types of products you like to sell and where you can get them at, to get from 1K to 10K is relatively easy. All you really have to do is double or triple your spending, right? You found the product that works. From there, it really just comes down to you putting the work in to go get more of it. Now, this may include figuring out how many more locations of this store you have in your area and literally getting in the car, driving 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. There's been times where I went 3 hours one way, 3 hours back once I found a store that either had a really good product that was working for me, or even just a store that I thought might have a good product for me. This literally is the make or break factor between you staying at 1K a month and you doing 10K plus a month. It comes down to how much are you willing to work? How far are you willing to go? Because you gotta think, the people in your area, a lot of them are too lazy to drive, you know, a town over, 2 towns over, go to a different state to get this inventory. So the advantage lies in the fact that you're willing to do this. If you're not willing to travel, if you are going to limit yourself to only what's available in your neighborhood, you're never going to scale past that 1-2K a month mark and hit the 10K. To get to 10K and beyond, it's important that you make a spend goal for yourself. Now, what is a spend goal? A spend goal is essentially figuring out what is your budget to spend, right? This month, how much money are you going to spend on products this month? Break that number down within the weeks, right? And then you got to figure out, well, how many days out of this week can I actually source? So let's break it down like this. If you know you can spend $4,000 this month on inventory, you break that down into $1,000 a week. To take it even another step further, if you say, okay, I can source 2 days a week. Now you take that $1,000 a week and break that up between the days that you can go sourcing, right? So if you can source 2 days a week, you know that each day you go out and source, you should try and spend at least $500. Now, doing it this way, it doesn't give you an exact amount of revenue that you're going to hit, but it makes it more likely that you'll hit your goal because you are setting a parameter on how much money you have to spend. If you're going to spend $4,000 this month on inventory, it's safe to say you'll hit around 8 to 10K in revenue this month. And the profit is always going to depend on the exact profit that you're spending. It's impossible for me to tell you how much you can profit each month when I don't know what you're going to be able to sell. But if you are hitting your spend goals, there's no way that you're not going to, you know, make at least double that in revenue. Now, to get to 100K is literally the same as getting to 10K, except you're spending way more money, right? Now, when you're doing retail arbitrage, it might be hard to spend, you know, 30, 40 grand in a month just on retail stores. So this is where relationships come into part heavily, right? Now, there's a bunch of different types of relationships you can build. There's going to be relationships with other Amazon sellers, right? Who are going to be able to help give you leads, tell you about sales that's going on, tell you about, you know, coupon loops and discounts that you can apply to your business to make things that weren't profitable before more profitable now. And when you're doing things by yourself, you're limiting yourself to only buying what you know about. If you have a group of people and you guys are all sharing leads, then now this is going to give you more products that you can go and buy. One of the other relationships that you're going to need to build in order to hit that 100K mark is going to be relationships with the people who work at the stores. Now, my favorite stores to source from are going to be privately owned stores, mom and pop stores, locations that are franchised. My favorite being Grocery Outlet. All of these stores are franchised and they're owned by the owner of the store. So this means that you can build a relationship with the owner of the store. They can help you when it comes to ordering in bulk. And this is important because when you're trying to scale to 100K, you're going to need a lot more inventory than you can just get at one location. When you have a relationship with the owner or the store manager, a lot of the times they can help you get more quantity than you would be able to get if you just, went to the couple stores that were in your location. And this is the exact relationship that helped me go from, starting with $4,000 and able to scale past 100,000 in my first 4 months. Was building relationships with people in the community and then building relationships with the employees at the store, whether it was just a manager who could hook me up with, like a 15% off, or even a store owner who could A, give me a discount, B, help me order in bulk, or even both. Now, to get to this 100K mark, whether your goal is to just hit that in general or whether your goal is to do that in a month, it might require you getting help, right? There's only so much you can do by yourself. If you're doing all the sourcing and you have very fast moving products and you're getting a lot of sales, it's going to be hard for you to keep inventory in stock, package up and ship all the orders yourself, and travel around and try and get more inventory. So for me, what ended up helping is I would hire my friends or family, teach them how to pack my orders. I'll wake up, print out all my orders, print out all my FBM shipping labels. I would flip them over, write down what product it was on the back, and just train them briefly on how to pack it up and where I had the inventory so they would know where it was at. This allowed me to be essentially in 2 places at once. I would have somebody packaging my orders up for me, shipping them out for me, while I was going traveling around and buying more inventory, listing more inventory so that you could keep those sales going. Some people don't like doing all of that work, and they prefer to do more of the online arbitrage and prep center method. And this is another way that you can scale to 100,000 a month, or even in general, pretty easily, because when you're using a prep center and you're buying things online, you can send your products directly from the store to the prep center, allowing you to never even have to touch or see the products and saving you time and energy. Prep centers, in combination with hiring a VA, can cut down your sourcing time and cut down the amount of time and energy that you have to put into actually prepping your stuff to send it into Amazon. At the end of the day, hitting these benchmarks, whether it's 10K a month, 100K a month, or 100K in general, is going to require more capital. Now, obviously, the more money you can put in, the more sales you can get, right? You can't expect to do 10K a month if you're only spending $1,000 a month on inventory. The same way you can't expect to do $100,000 in sales if you only have 5K for inventory. So you really have to be realistic about where you're at in your journey, and just know that when you see all these people posting online, they're doing 100K a month, 200K a month, don't compare yourself to them, because they probably have a lot more capital. They might have credit cards, they might have friends and family to invest into them. So don't compare yourself, just stay true to where you're at in your journey. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. It's very important that you make the most out of the capital that you have, and just continue to reinvest your profits back into your inventory, and lock in for a few months. You'll hit your 100K or whatever your goal is. But again, how much you spend on inventory directly correlates to how much money you're going to see on your revenue and your profit. So I hope this video gave you a better idea of how to hit these numbers, and I'll leave links in the description to my sourcing videos and my other tutorial videos. If you're unsure about how to find a good product, I'll teach you exactly how to do all of that. That's gonna wrap it for this video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.